everyone, welcome to Daylight Gist program. In this place, we always tell you what is going on within and around you, and we always create solutions for people. So on this program, we will be discussing about obesity and sugar. Some children, sometimes you see children most of the time now, they are always pump up, they are fat and all that, and sometimes the parents don't really know what to do about it. So, and I will not be the one answering the question. I have a guest in the house, so we will be telling you on what to do so your child will reduce that lot of kilos at the end of this program. So stay tuned, and you will definitely enjoy this program, and you will learn a lot. Good morning, Ineka.
Good morning.
Good to have you today on Daylight Gist program.
And thank you so much for having me.
Okay, I have a friend. When I went to visit her, I noticed this. My friend was talking about, my child is having too much of weight, and I don't really know what. She was like, I'm not going to be giving her a lot of things now. So the grandmom was kind of, no, my daughter, you don't have to do that. I don't want to have that slim baby. You don't have to suffer my child for one thing or the other. So I myself, I was just there. I don't really know what to say to them, because for me, I am the one who I'm a healthy person. I live a healthy life. So I don't really know what to tell this grandma. So that was the reason we have to come up with this very program. Maybe if she's looking at this program, she will be learning a lot. Ineka, please, can you throw more light on this very issue, please?
Sensitive subject.
Yes.
And first of all, it's very important that people have conversations about it, because it's a very serious issue.
Yes.
And oftentimes it's not even talked about to
Yes.
begin with. But now that they're open to that dialogue, that's very good. Both sides have both valid points in the sense that a mother is noticing that, my child is a bit overweight. And grandparents, I think it's almost even a cultural thing where we prefer
a chubby
baby I want to hold and squeeze.
Yeah.
So there needs to be a balance, especially in terms of education and information. What is best for the child? To know if that child is actually overweight. So usually when you go for your immunization, hospital visits, the doctor will tell you if your child is fine or overweight. They usually check it based on their height and age and things like that. So if a doctor has mentioned that, your child, you need to watch their weight, then it's something that you need to do. But oftentimes as well, parents get scared and want to put a child on a diet. You should never do that. So children are very active, and there's easier ways to get them to manage their weight. The way to go about it is to actually get them to maintain their weight while they get older, so that they catch up with their peers in an average bracket. So basically, rather than putting the child on a diet, you just let them play more, switch things up in their meals, not drastically. And importantly, the rest of the family has to be a part of this, so the child doesn't feel like, I have this special diet and everybody else is eating something else, right? So it's very important to...
Okay, thank you, Neka. So I have a sister who loves to give the children cola, love to give the children cola, give the children, a lot of bread and all the sweet stuff, chocolate, tea, and all that. So when I went to visit her, I also don't know, when she was feeding the children with all this stuff, I really don't know how to tell her this is not really nice, because I don't want her to accept at the end of it. So I want you to tell us, can you be telling us at what point is sugar too much for kids?
First of all, there seems to be an obsession with sugar, especially when it comes to children. An obsession not from the point of the kids, obsession from the parents. We always feel that my child needs more sugar to like this food. These are kids that are coming from breast milk that is fairly bland. Right? So at what point did they start loving this sugar? We introduce it to them. That's when they start to like it. So it's always good to pay attention when you're introducing solid foods, and try to get your child to love the natural taste of food. That obsession with sugar is actually in our own heads as parents, and we impose that on our kids. Secondly, a child under the age of 2 is not supposed to have any added sugars, any free sugars. So yes, there are sugars present in fruits and other foods like that, and that's fine, that's natural. But in terms of added sugar, for a child under 2, there should be nothing added. Because I hear a lot, oh, what can I add to sweeten? What can I add to sweeten? And you can use fruits, but you don't necessarily have to look for artificial sugars to sweeten their food, because it's actually not appropriate for their age. So when you get older to about 4 to 6 years old, about 20 grams of sugar. So you're talking about 5 cubes in a whole day of added sugar. Now, bear in mind, the fizzy drink that you're talking about can have up to 7 cubes of sugar in it. And there are other things the child is eating throughout the day that also account for this, that also add up to these 7 cubes of sugar, right? So you need to be careful around that. You get sugars from a lot of the foods that we eat. I don't think the focus should be away from things that have all these unnecessary refined sugars in them, because that's where you start to go overboard.
Thank you. You know, Ineka she says she's into selling of food and all that, so into children's food and all that, so she's really good in all these things. So I hope you, mom, that is watching me, you're learning a lot from this from this very program. Okay, Ineka, let me draw you to this very points you make. You talk about children under 2 years. You know, they don't have to take anything sugar and all that. Please, Ineka, please, can you tell, you know, most mom are watching us now. You know, some mom will like, oh, my daughter or my child or my son don't want to eat this food because it's coming within children. Don't want to eat this food because the children will say the food is not, the mother thinks the food is not sweet enough. Their children don't want to eat it. So can you please tell the mother or the people that's watching us now on what to do? Maybe their children refuse to eat that food which their mom prepared for them. What will they do if that child refuses that food? Then how will they infuse something that is sweet into their food so that that child will eat?
There are natural options available for children under the age of 2, and for everybody. Fruits is the easiest way to go. You have sweet things like bananas, there's dates, so there are options that you can use, apples, pears. There's so many options you can use to sweeten the foods naturally. These fruits contain sugar in them, but they also contain other nutrients. That's the big difference between the sugars in fruits and the refined sugars. The refined sugars are just empty calories. They just provide the sweetness and no nutrients. But your children need nutrients to be able to develop and grow, and that's why it's important to sweeten with sugars that are found naturally in these fruits so that they get the benefits of the fiber and the other nutrients present. Right?
Thank you for this very answer. I hope you, mom, that is watching me now, you are learning you are learning a lot from Neka. Okay. Lastly, I will not be taking much of your time now, Neka. Lastly, can you know, most mom that is watching us now, they are like, okay, now their children is overweight. What can they do for these children to reduce this children's fat?
Biggest culprits for introducing excess sugar into a child's diet is drinks. So like you said, the soda, even these fruit juices, there are fruit juices that come across as healthy and for kids, but many of them have just the same amount of sugar as the soft drinks. Wow. Exactly the same amount of sugar. People don't realize that, and marketing also covers that up because they're marketed to kids. But if you read the labels, you find out that it's the same amount of sugar present in both. So you want to slowly replace things like that. You can go for smoothies instead of fruit juice. So for example, if you're blending the whole foods, they're equally as sweet, but they contain less sugar, more fiber, and things of that nature. You can do things like that. You can reduce the amount of fat, so crunchy foods, baked foods, and things like that, and add more whole foods into their diet.
Fabulous. Thank you very much, Ineka, for honoring our invitation on this show. We are so glad to have you, Ineka. So I hope you will come next time. Okay, so mom, you that is all out there, please let a lot, try to share this video so it will get to a lot of mom out there. You know, some more parents are complaining they don't really know what to do on how to reduce their kids. Please, this program, I believe it will be helping one or two person out there. Please try to share this program, like, subscribe, and I love you guys.